Welcome back to The Walking Dead. I guess this is gonna be... I don't know if we're focusing on a specific character here or if we're following the whole group. But I really want to see how this plays out. It's looking like we're gonna be following Princess. Ooh, that's... like, that's not a good idea, Princess. Like, come on. Did you think that was really gonna work? Oh, I love that shot. That's really good. Ooh. Yeah, these people are not fucking around. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Princess cares as much as she does. Damn. Like, I know she's a good person, but she did, like, just meet these people. Getting mad flashbacks to, the cannibals at Terminus. Like, I know these people aren't. The parallels are very strong. Oh, right off the bat, there's some really good cinematography in this episode. I'm digging it. Alright, yeah, it looks like we're definitely focusing on Princess more than anybody else, so this is the Princess episode. I'm cool with it. What are you doing? Just trying to calm yourself down? Center yourself? Are we gonna actually see any of the other people in the group in this episode? We keep hearing them, but never actually see them.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that one.
I mean, these people got a pretty good system. I doubt they would put you in a place to hold you if there was anything that would be helpful to you. Got a splinter? Oh, is that why the episode is called Splinter? Yes, it is.
It's okay. I'm gonna make it up to you.
Aw, and Yumiko was the one who disliked Princess the most. I mean, honestly, in this situation, it would be best just to stay put, do what they say, go along with it until you actually have an opportunity to do something.
Stay awake.
Yep, stay awake.
Keep talking to me, okay?
Yeah, that would be the best thing right now. Just keep talking.
When I was 14, one girl taught me how to dye my hair, which totally changed my life.
Can
I
tell.
wonder what he wouldn't let me eat at the dinner table. He even laughed about it.
The fuck?
He smacked me hard.
Didn't expect to get this kind of backstory out of her.
Yumiko.
It's really sad.
So don't eat.
Wow. For real? Trauma like that can definitely breed a survivor, though. It seems like it did.
You gotta help my friend, she passed out! Hey, you hear me?
Honestly, that's probably what they're doing.
Where are you taking her?
I kind of like how they keep cutting back to her going to grab the weapon. Good example of how guilt feels.
You back?
Probably not. Just gonna keep giving yourself splinters, alright. What? Okay, I guess the Commonwealth isn't as smart as I thought. Must not have been planning on using this area.
Which means keeping us in good enough shape to talk. I don't have to bet on anything.
Right, man, but that's bad shit.
That actually is pretty solid logic right there. None of these guys are gonna notice the big hole in the side of her train compartment? Guess not.
To be blunter, all my kinfolk are counting on me to be a cross between Santa Claus and a guardian angel, if you will.
Fair point. Uh-oh. Do you have to, like, stare at her? I mean, I'm guessing they're looking for bites. Or he's just being a perv. I don't know.
If you're looking for bites, I don't have any.
Splinters do really, really suck.
28, 29, I could be 50. I don't know, man. I lost her a long time ago. Can you just tell me how she's doing?
Where are you from?
Where is she?
Okay, fine.
I like how
Where were you when the fall happened?
headstrong she's being about this.
Why is any of that important?
You're avoiding the question.
She might have.
Well, you are too.
She's fine.
And I'm sure they're asking everyone the same questions to see if
from?
they have the same answers. But yeah, if I was Princess, I also would be like, you can ask them.
Why can't I see her?
Because you're being a bitch.
I wanna see her!
Oh, fuck you too. Oh, shit.
Question.
Stepdad 2.0. Hello. I was genuinely not expecting him to smack her that hard. that was kind of intense. And they're taking Eugene now? Is that a... Oh, I was like, is that a wishbone? But it was a zip tie that's been cut. What is that?
What the? Ezekiel?
Oh shit, what's up? Good old Ezekiel.
Nothing is fine.
Oh, she's really feeling her childhood here.
No one is gonna hurt you anymore.
Protective Ezekiel.
We'll keep watch up top.
Ezekiel.
Wait for the shift to change and then we move.
Man, I'm not
How are we
gonna.
supposed to find Eugene and Yumiko?
If we get some of their weapons, we can even force them.
We can't just leave them here.
You don't think I know that? They're my friends.
Ooh.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, but you kinda did.
I know they.
I apologize.
It's a good way to do it. Own up to it, say you're sorry, move on. Uh-oh.
Forget about. I mean, we rolled up and it was just.
Damn. Alright. Well then.
It's just not what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna notice that one of their guys is gone.
The opportunity presented itself, so I took it.
You know, I actually kinda gotta agree with Princess. I don't think this is gonna be a good thing.
You don't have to do this.
Just answer the question.
Just food, medicine, ponies, what?
I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. You know what I mean? We're organized. You should let
I
us
was gonna
help
say,
you.
it's
That's
kind of
why you
all that
came,
and
right?
also like 50,000 people.
Actually, very helpful people who like to help, even if you look like a bunch of scary action figures came to life.
Breaking some fingers.
Just a rookie. I'm so new that rifle isn't even loaded.
This guy. Oh. Like, I feel like this guy probably is a rookie, but that was pretty slick actually. Whoa! I didn't expect that. What? Princess, you're losing it. What? That didn't even happen.
No one is gonna.
Damn, I really need to read the Commonwealth arc because I don't know really anything about the character of Princess. And that was cool. Like that was pretty sick. Wasn't expecting that turn of events. You can't leave him.
Hard on yourself.
That's really weird imagery right there. What the fuck?
You met them a week ago.
That's a lifetime in apocalypse years.
That's a fair
Haven't you
point.
learned to trust your aim? It makes you just like Mom.
She was a survivor.
She was a.
Scared. Everybody gets scared sometimes.
You remember what it was like?
Yeah, but do they all leave their children? Alright, just made the right choice.
I'm not crazy if that's what you're thinking.
I mean, maybe just like
I mean, there's
A
the
little bit.
ADHD. I'm gonna hold on to it just a little longer if it's all the same to you.
I would rather just put the gun down than let you go just yet.
What?
You got the splinter out? Nice.
Nothing.
Just wash off the blood and you can both,
You're gonna have to explain this.
pretend like it didn't happen.
Figure it out.
You're alive in the apocalypse. You're like 150 years old anyway. I
Yeah.
don't know where they're from. Nowhere and everywhere, probably.
That's
Just
good.
like
Thank you.
You're
Grateful.
You're welcome.
Just needed to know you could play ball with us.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's a natural response to be very defensive
So-
and scared
So when can I see my friends?
of people that look like you. Oh.
Wait!
Oh, come on. That was such a short episode. That had to have been the shortest one out of all of them. But it was really good. I actually liked it a lot more than I expected to when the episode first started. So I didn't think in these additional episodes we would get a princess episode. But I'm actually really glad that we did because she's a way more interesting character than I first had her pegged for. Like, so far, I thought, she's just kind of a wild card, comedic relief type character. And while that is still somewhat true, clearly there's a lot more layers underneath all that. Seems like a lot of the comedy and like over-exaggerated way she deals with everything really is like a coping mechanism. And because of how the episode plays out with reality not being exactly what you thought it was, it makes me wonder how much of the episode actually happened or not. Like, did she actually reach for the guy's weapon and Yumiko gets knocked out and injured? Because at the end of the episode, Yumiko's standing up with, a bag over her head just like the rest of them. So I kind of get the feeling that did not actually happen. We know for sure that the hole in the wall was fake, which I'm glad they did, because that seemed like such a glaring, obvious thing that there's just no way the Commonwealth soldiers would not notice it or be on the lookout for something like that. So I'm really glad that that was all in her head right there. And honestly, I didn't even notice until thinking about it afterwards, but her version of Ezekiel that she dreamed up really was pretty different from how he normally is. Like, at first it definitely seemed like him, spoke the way he does, had a rather chivalrous and like good-natured quality to him that is in sync with the character, but he did seem to care about her almost a little too much. Like, Ezekiel is a kind person, but the way he said, like, no one's ever gonna hurt you again, like, that's not gonna happen, that did seem kind of weird, and I didn't really pick up on it at first. And then him attacking that guy, again, didn't quite seem like something he would do, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. And then when he just totally lost his shit, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, why is he doing this? And then you find out that it's her. She's imagining a lot of what's happening in this episode. And I really like that. I love when shows kind of play with your perspective on things. In a weird way, this episode kind of reminded me of like a lot of episodes of Mr. Robot, which is high praise, honestly. And I was very surprised to see them do that. Like, it's not the first time the show's ever shown like a distorted version of reality, but it was done really, really well here. And I must say, I was actually fooled by that Commonwealth soldier, where he's like, I'm a grunt, I don't know anything. He was just playing with her. And that character is a very good actor, because I was fooled. I really thought, okay, this guy's a grunt, he doesn't know anything. But it was all just a play on their part. A smart one. I also really enjoyed, weirdly, that nearly the entire episode was in this one spot here in the train car. Kind of reminded me of theater a little bit, just the fact that you're in this one place, for the most part anyways, and you're just getting a lot of really well-written dialogue. Because in that space, you got to know a good chunk of her backstory, which I would not have expected for her character, but I like it. I think it actually weirdly suits the character quite a lot. And I think this episode gave those people who might not have fully found her character endearing to kind of change their tunes on it. Because honestly, after this episode, if you don't find her to be an interesting or an endearing character, I don't think you're ever going to. And I pretty much liked her since the first episode she was introduced, but this made me like her a lot more. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to scenes with her more than I would have expected, based off of the 2 episodes that we've gotten to know her before this. I think what would have really sold me on this episode as being like incredibly worthwhile to watch is if the ending of the episode was not them all just lined up with a bag on their head, but that followed by actually getting to see just a tiny little bit of the Commonwealth, just to tide you over till the next season when we really get to it. And I'm sure the reason they didn't was because of COVID regulations, and it was just too difficult to get that many people all together or to build like a whole new set for like the actual city that the Commonwealth is in. But I think if they had found a way to have done that, that would have really put this episode like far above the other ones that we've seen in these extended episodes. But even though we didn't, I did really enjoy it. I think I like it my second best out of the 4 that we've seen. Yeah, I think it really should have been a little bit longer. Like, I'm looking at this, if you take out the previously on, it was like a 38-minute episode. Like, that's very short for The Walking Dead. But anyway, cinematography, in my opinion, this is really good. There were some shots in this episode I think were really outstanding. like early in the episode when you see her reflection in the goggles of the Commonwealth soldier. That was awesome. I really liked that. Right before the intro credits started rolling, where you see her like tucked away in a corner and it's like a really high angle shot of her, that was fantastic. Even the handheld shots where it's just kind of following her around the train car, it gave a real sense of being trapped or claustrophobic in a way that I think was very effective. And I love the lighting in this episode too, with all the slits of light coming through, highlighting just certain points. It was very good. I thought the camera work in this episode was actually pretty exceptional. Music-wise, it was very good. Again, nothing that really stood out to me, but there were moments that highlighted her like instability really well that I thought was very good. Just nothing like exceptional the way the camera work was, in my opinion. Acting wise, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to go off of here, but I do think Paula Lazaro was really good. I did not expect her to be as good as she was in this episode. Like the moments where she would start choking up, talking about her past, and then kind of laugh it off, I think were extremely relatable and very well acted. Like it felt very real, despite the fact that the character is honestly so far out there. So yeah, I gotta give her some props. She actually really impressed me in this episode. Not to say that I expected her not to, I just didn't expect her to impress me as much as she did. Editing and pacing of this episode was actually really good. Specifically the editing. I loved that it kept cutting back to the moment where she felt the guilt over getting Yumiko hurt, which now I don't believe even happened. Or the moment when you realize she's imagining all this, and just how quickly it would cut back and forth just to really emphasize the point that it was not real, and whether you want to call her crazy or having an overactive imagination, I suppose that's up to you, but again, to me it was very reminiscent of something like Mr. Robot, which I thought was really cool. Overall, I'm going to give this episode an 8.6 out of 10. Like I said, I think the previous one with Aaron and Gabriel was just a little bit better, but I think that's mostly to do with the fact that this episode was very short. Aside from that, it actually had quite a few aspects to it that made me enjoy the episode a lot. And out of all the episodes we've seen so far, this was the most plot heavy just because it is dealing with the main storyline that's going to happen in season 11 with the Commonwealth. But anyways, I'm very excited for the next episode. I still don't know what character we're supposed to be focusing on next because I believe there's only 2 left. And like I said, I'm almost positive Negan is going to be one of them during these 6 episodes. I don't see how they could avoid that. I guess we'll find out. But again, if he's the 6th one, then who is the next episode going to be focusing on? Honestly, I wish it was Connie. If they had an episode devoted to Connie and where she's been and what she's doing, that would be incredible, but I have a feeling she's not going to be in any of these episodes. But anyways, we'll see who the next episode focuses on. I don't know who it could be. I mean, they've already done Daryl and Carol. I mean, mostly Daryl. I guess they could do Carol, but that almost seems a little repetitive. So I really don't know who the next episode is going to be focusing on. But I guess we'll find out together. So I'll see you all then. And that's about it.